Warning about a potential phone scam that's making its way around the Bay Area. People are getting calls from unknown numbers, and once you pick the phone up, the caller asks you something to get you to say the word yes.
Text basically said, here is the passcode that you will require for the online payment that you have made for $850 on Amazon. If it wasn't you, or you didn't request this, please call this number.
We live in a digitalized world where online fraud is everywhere. This has caused great distress to people's life and property. Nowadays, some people are even using AI to commit fraud, which makes it even more difficult to recognize. So it is urgent to strengthen people's awareness of discrimination. Telecommunication scams exacerbated by artificial intelligence. In recent years, AI has provided fraudsters with sophisticated tools to mimic voices, generate fake content, and conduct highly targeted scams. Phishing was the top reported scam in Australia for 2023, with 108,636 reports, followed by false billing and online shopping scams, according to research. According to the Australian Financial Complaints Authority, there has been a surge in telecommunications fraud, with around 400 complaints per month about various forms of scams. From phishing emails to fraudulent account takeovers, AI's ability to automate and personalize attacks has led to a dramatic increase in scams cases affecting millions of people worldwide. Even more alarmingly, 2.5% of Australians report having been subjected to some form of fraud and have suffered significant financial losses. Telecommunications fraud in Australia targets vulnerable groups like international students, the elderly, small business owner, frequent interest users, and immigrants. Each group faces unique risks, from phishing scams to fake transactions. They need more convenient fraud detection systems with additional verification, real-time AI scam detection, and protection tools tailored to their needs. AI technology can mislead, making it crucial to have real-time updates and intelligent warnings. By offering multilingual support and robust fraud identification systems, we can better protect these communications and ensure safer transactions for all.
Have you and your friends experienced any telecom scams?
Recently a friend of mine received a call from someone calling to be from the Chinese MC, and the caller spoke in a professional and serious tone, and telling her that her visa was at risk of being cancelled, and that she needed to submit more personal financial documents for the review. And she felt uneasy and anxious because she was worried that they would affect her studies. And without thinking seriously, she took one over the phone of bank card information, including the security code.
International students, as non-native English speakers, are highly vulnerable to telecom scams because they struggle to accurately access information. They need a reliable way to prevent these threats, with tools that detect fraud in real time and provide multilingual support. Scammers often target them with fake tuition, visa, and accommodation schemes, and without clear verification systems, they are left at risk. By providing easy-to-use fraud detection and additional verification measures, we can help international students navigate these challenges and protect themselves from scams.
Through our research, we discovered that telecommunication fraud is much closer to us than we initially thought. While there are some cases of social media scams and currency exchange fraud, the majority of telecommunication fraud comes directly from phone calls and text messages due to the immediacy, pressure, and convenience of these methods. This means that scammers tend to deprive victims of their ability to react and aim to shorten the response time as much as possible. Therefore, the key to solving the problem lies in the ability to identify scam calls or messages at the earliest possible moment to prevent fraud. Immediately after that, based on our persona, we started to envision and brainstorm our product from both the user's perspective and its functional aspects. When we began brainstorming, one of the team's initial ideas was to create an educational app for users, helping them recognize common telecommunication fraud techniques. We believe that if users could gain more knowledge about how to prevent scams, they would be less likely to fall victim. However, this solution requires users to invest a significant amount of time in learning and applying this knowledge. Additionally, since scam tactics are constantly evolving, education alone cannot provide continuous protection. Next, we discussed a simple verification tool that could check for numbers by accessing a database when users receive suspicious calls or texts. While this might work in some cases, scam numbers change frequently, and the blacklist can't keep up. More importantly, this method relies on users to manually start the check, so it doesn't offer automatic or real-time protection. In the end, we decided to focus on developing an AI-driven app because AI has the ability to process data in real time and effectively identify complex fraudulent activities. This AI-powered app can not only detect and flag suspicious calls and messages, but also learn from users' interaction and historical data, constantly improving its decision-making logic. Additionally, we incorporated a self-check function where the AI periodically scans the user's phone to check for apps related to scams or potentially security risks. This design is fully automated and highly flexible, providing real-time and comprehensive protection without requiring any manual input from the users.
Melbourne Shout, our innovative anti-fraud app designed especially for Australian users. This app is a vital tool in the fight against the growing threat of phone as SMS fraud. Its main function is to alert users to potential scams, providing real-time warnings to prevent fraud. Melbourne Shout stands out for its efficient feedback system, which enables us to resolve customer issues in a timely and effective manner. Users can easily download the app from the App Store, and upon authorizing, it will automatically activate its phones and SMS protection mechanism to protect all incoming communications. The app's primary function is to alert users to potential fraud risks, utilizing real-time detection algorithms to identify the warn of suspicious communications. Applications users' experience is enhanced by its efficient feedback system, which ensures that any issues reported by users are resolved in real time, thus maintaining a responsive and supportive service environment. Of course, there were two top risks of Melbourne Shout app. So first one is technical failure, collaborating with cybersecurity experts, regular updates and patches, and the second one is trust crisis, implementing a transparent feedback loop, maintaining clear communication.
By the interaction with the audience, we got the following feedback. The first audience said the app can notify users of potential fraud risks in real time, helping us take quick action. And the second point, the application can work with the government or telecom operators to become an effective tool for regulating telecom fraud. And finally, however, the app will need to comply with the local data protection and privacy laws, which may pose compliance challenges. And the second audience said, I like this app very much because the fraud data collected by the app can help analyze and predict new fraud methods. But he also said, to make sure that fraud detection features are effective, apps may need to access users' private information and raising privacy concerns. The last audience made a lot of suggestions. I think it would be better to add some personalized settings such as shielding labels. And in order to keep up with the new fraud methods, applications need to be constantly updated and maintained, increasingly operating costs. And the app's anti-fraud function may require a real-time internet connection, and users may not be fully protected when they are offline. And finally, this is our final solution. And the first one, we strictly abide by local laws and regulations and try to cooperate with the local operators. And the second, we will continue to update the system and personalize services based on users' preferences. And the last one is we will improve information technologies such as artificial algorithms, expand databases, and other methods to ensure the real-time nature and anti-fraud.